Hold on. Wait, big man, turn bad man, cause your forehead got too big. Keep casting your net over that way, and you will not catch no fish. Big Bible all of my nightstand.
You're locked in with Atlanta's hottest hip-hop station. The Hype 87.3.
Holla, you better tell them the legend is in the building. Legend JG, what is going on? How are you?
I'm doing real good now. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's so good to always see you every single time. You like a breath of fresh air that comes through.
Oh man, I appreciate that. You are too. I mean, you, like we said, you've been doing your thing for so long now. I just had to come back and show some love.
Absolutely, man. Most definitely. So we're going to just dive in. You're from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful area. I love Knoxville.
Yeah, no, it's the mountains. I don't want to leave, but to expand my craft, I might have to, but nah, it's home. Definitely.
Absolutely. So you've said you've never lived in the same place for longer than 4 years.
Well, I have lived in the city,
but different homes and
moving around a whole lot.
Understood. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Do you feel like moving around, even if it's within the same city, kind of impacts your mindset and how you approach music?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, it gives me a different perspective on different things. Just being able to see different people all the time. It's also funny too, because I'll be at a show and somebody be like, "Where are you from? I've never seen you before." And I think it's because I've moved so much that people don't really get to know me. Got
you. He's mysterious. Got to keep that mystique about yourself. Mm-hmm. So you've been doing music professionally for about 6 years now. Mm-hmm. What's the biggest internal shift you've experienced as an artist? Something within?
From me personally, recently it's just kind of been, boss up. At first I was kind of trying to be more collaborative with everybody, but I've noticed that there are a lot of, for lack of a better word, parasites.
There are a lot of parasites out there.
And so
we're cutting them all off too.
All off, smaller circles. But I just kind of got, to myself, wanted to boss up, learn different avenues, different ways to, of the business. Yeah. And just go from there and go do it for myself more so than anything.
What would you say to artists out there who are starting out and they refuse to learn the business?
You're stupid. Anybody who doesn't want to learn, you're going to stay stuck, honestly. Yes. So if it's just any avenue, whether it be merchandise, show promotion, podcasting, just networking, anything you can possibly do, learn how to do it and be good at it.
Absolutely. That was a heavy topic that Blizzard and I were just talking about because, he's an OG like I am, and we came from an era where you had to do that stuff because social media didn't exist when we first started doing this. I feel like that's why a lot of artists get lazy now. Right. It's because, I'm just going to post on Instagram and TikTok and blow up. No, there's so much more that goes on behind the scenes.
No, you definitely got to shake hands with the people and let them get to know who you are. And it's interesting because I went to Nashville this weekend, and there was an artist there that I've networked with, and he was like, "Man, I'm shocked you came out." And I was like, "I told you I was coming." And you'll hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm coming to your show," that you think would come, and they don't come. So I like to stay to my word and be real about who I am.
Absolutely. Has it ever been a struggle for you to be a bit vulnerable? Because I feel like in this music industry, you have to be a bit vulnerable because people want to know who you are.
Yes and no. I mean, because when I start to talk, people are like, "Oh, he's actually kind of cool. He's a little weird, but he's cool." But I say yes in the sense that, like, I don't know, my personality's not everybody's cup of tea, and I know that. But at the end of the day, I am who I am, so I'm excited to be me.
I feel like I respect people like yourself a whole lot more because you should unapologetically be yourself.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not everybody's cup of tea because I'm very straightforward. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say it like it is kind of person, and that might hurt some people's feelings, and y'all just need to grow up and, grow a sack.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, it's, it's like if you're not everybody's cup of tea, that's cool. But at the end of the day, everybody needs to be able to figure out how to get along. Right.
No, absolutely. 100%. Because I feel like if we can find a way to work together, we'll all get to where we want to go a little bit quicker rather than working against each other.
Right.
How is it in your city? Are people working together, or is there still a lot of people working against each other?
I would say yes. For me personally, like I have a phrase, 2 strikes you're out. So I always give some people second chances. Yeah. If I get, more of the same negative feedback or backlash from them, then I'll just politely remove myself. But other than that, it's, people try to reach out to each other, but it's, I think it's like this everywhere where it's the fake.
Yeah.
Where I just want to be around you because I see you have motion right now.
That irritates my soul, because something I've always said that I want to stand on is I want to be known for my hard work. I don't want to be known because I work with somebody else who's got motion. Right. Let me make my own motion. And I feel like you're absolutely right. A lot of people do that. They ride the wave of other people. I'm like, that's kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were already cool with them before they blew up, that's one thing. But don't try to ride their wave once they blow up to get your motion. Go get it on your own the same way they did.
Right. And, this year I've taken a big step back. Like, unless I have money to give someone, I'm not really reaching out to them. And vice versa. I'm trying to see who's reaching out to me. And my phone's been dry. So...
Holla at your boy.
Yeah.
No, that's so funny, because trust me, people like myself and other people who do what I do, we talk about that kind of stuff behind the scenes, because I'll have artists who will hit my DM about business. We'll go back and forth. They'll ask me 10 questions. I answer all the questions. Then they'll say, okay, well, how do I pay? I'll send them my information and I never hear from them again.
No.
I'm like, why did you lead all the way up to that and now you ghost me? It's just, if you're not ready yet, that's fine. I ain't going nowhere. Just get back to me when you're ready. Don't ghost me at that point. It's weird.
Nah, you've been here. So then, even with our interaction, I was like, all right, when are your dates? All right, cool. I'm going to pay you this day. And literally, that's what it is. And I'm a man of my word. I learned that from a young age. Shouts out to Tony Montana. All we have is our word and our balls. So at the end of the day, if you're lying to people, what are you? Who are you? Absolutely.
And I respect your level of professionalism, because like you said, you are absolutely a man of your word. And I look forward to when you come through, because we always have good conversations. The energy's good. You and I are very like-minded when it comes to stuff. So it's like, we always going to have a good conversation.
For sure. Yeah, no.
So let's talk about the project for those who aren't familiar, the Book of the Five Rings.
Yes.
It's strategic. It's almost like a warrior-like type energy. Mm-hmm. Why the title?
Well, I read a book by Miyoda. I can't even pronounce his name, but this Japanese samurai. I read a book by him, and I wanted to. It really changed my life, just as far as mindset and everything like that. And so I wanted to make a project dedicated to that book. One of the songs is one of my least favorite songs because it's just different than all of them. It's Pinky Ring, but I'm actually reading you the book. Like, if you read the book and listen to that song, it'll make so much more sense.
Got you.
Yeah.
How long was the project in the works?
I had some of those beats for 2 or 3 years. And, I know, for instance, the last track, Number One Under the Sun, that's what it is translated in English. But it took me 2 years to figure out what I was going to say on it. It took a long time.
Do you have records that you will go back and forth on because maybe the mix is good, but it's not where you want it to be, and you're like, I don't know what it is, but do you have songs that you go back and forth on? Like, I'm talking, it's already recorded and mixed, but you're like, it's not ready to go out there yet.
I have a few. Since I got with my newest engineer, producer, Maya at the Sound Layer, we've been really, in tune with each other.
Yeah.
And so if I basically make the sound, he's able to make it on the computer. And
that is amazing.
Usually 9 times out of 10, he's right on point.
He nails it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like that's probably one of the hardest things to do is explain to somebody the sound you're going for, because you can hear it in your head,
right.
But it's like, how do you describe that to somebody? You know what I'm saying? Right. Without giving them a reference of some sort.
Well, with him, I do usually give him a reference. Like I say, I want it to sound like this, and
right?
This, but make it, go here with it, and he'll play with his fingers a little bit, and boom, it'll come out. And he'll be like, "Is this what you mean?" I'm like, "Nah, not like that. Turn it down a little bit." And then next thing you know, it sounds what it sounds like.
And I feel like that's why it's important as an artist to be present, not necessarily in the same room as they're doing it, but be present during the process, because like you said, you can be like, no, that's not quite it. Turn this down a little bit, a little more reverb over here.
Right.
That way there's not so much back and forth.
Right. And the way his setup is, he's got like a line of chairs in his engineering room where most people sit, and it's about 10 or 15 feet from his desk. And every time I get into a studio, I pull one of those chairs right behind him. And I'm like the Young Thug meme, like.
Right. Definitely being present. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Badman.
So, Badman, it's a song. My mom told me, you're a Christian, Joshua, and so you have to put Christian before everything. I'm a wife, but I'm a Christian wife. I'm a nurse, but I'm a Christian nurse. And I was like, you're right, I'm an artist, and so I have to be a Christian artist. So recently I've taken a step back from using profanity in my my art. And so if you're an artist, a true artist, try to write a song without using the F-bomb.
Yes.
Good luck. It's a filler word that a lot of people use, and I'm literally taking like 5 or 6 filler words that I can't even use out. So I wrote that song, just kind of an ode to that, and I wanted to, do my version of what I think Christian hip hop should sound like, and not just like the corny way.
I love that though, because now you are putting songs out that are literally ready to go.
Yeah.
You don't have to go back and clean it up. Like, there might be an opportunity for you to perform at an event where there's kids. I already got a song ready to go. There's no profanity in there. It makes it more marketable. And I'm gonna throw a little shade real quick. A lot of these artists will put out the dirty version, but they never have a clean version. And when you upload your song to the digital platforms, you should upload the clean and the dirty.
Yes.
Because if you only upload the dirty, you're missing out a whole audience that may not want to hear that profanity.
Right. And there are some words that I do still say because I just don't think that they're profanity, but the radio might. So there are certain things that I have to, go that way. But other than that, I try.
Right. But like you said, you're not dropping the F-bomb, which is probably one of the most harsh words that, most definitely. Is there a visual for it yet?
There is not. I've been waiting to get a visual. I've been debating, do I go AI? Do I shoot the music video? One of the videographers that I actually reached out to, he's under contract with the company, and he's actually not allowed to work with me for 2 years. So there's a lot of politics that goes into the Knoxville music scene, and so I've been trying to navigate that, and then also to get the best bang for my buck, because people charge prices, and you're like, bro, no.
Exactly. And it's like, I understand that there's a fee because it's very time consuming to edit and stuff, but some of their prices are just outrageous. And I'm like, respectfully, a lot of them don't have the credentials to be able to charge those type of prices.
Right. And, sometimes somebody will pay you that because, they have money to blow, but that doesn't mean that it's worth it.
No, absolutely. So in 2026, what does Bad Man mean to you?
Really just staying humble, staying in your lane, because that's another song that I have that I recently released. I didn't release it on Spotify or anything like that. It's really only on TikTok and YouTube, actually. Just because of the way the distribution works, I've been trying to, again, take a step back and, really be in control of my art.
Right.
But really just releasing more music. I'm kind of online to release a song every month.
Okay.
This will be the second song. I had a feature with a buddy of mine named Skip Skeeterson called Get Your Mind Right that released in January. This will release this month, and every month I'm going to release a single.
That's a good strategy and a good rollout plan.
Yeah.
Because we are in that era where people constantly want new stuff. So most definitely. So you said one of your biggest accomplishments is turning music into another stream of income.
Yes.
What did you do differently to make that happen?
Honestly, I did my research.
Okay.
Learned.
Do your homework.
And I just realized what platforms that you need to sign up for so you can get a check. And I signed up for them, and it was shocking. One day I was just going through my bank account, and I looked. I said, BMI? What? Oh, snap! It works. And so it just one of those things where if you do your homework, you do your due diligence, it'll all pay off in the end.
For any artists out there don't know what he's talking about, he's talking about your publishing. You're going to want to have either BMI or ASCAP. CSAC is also, but I think CSAC is more international if I'm not mistaken, but BMI, ASCAP, Sound Exchange, because that's how you get paid from radio stations like the Hype 87.3. You got to have that too. And Blizzum actually just put me onto something I didn't know too. He said that Pandora has a whole situation to where you can register and have an artist page with them, kind of like Spotify. And he said he was getting a ton of streams and hadn't claimed it because he didn't know. And I was like, interesting. Wow. So that was something I learned new today.
Okay.
I was today years old when I realized that.
Oh, got more homework to do.
Yeah, go check out the page. I'm going to ask him again exactly what it's called, and I'll make sure I let you know. Most definitely. So you also show promoting clothing, workout supplements.
Yeah. So it was kind of a joke because I've been in the gym recently a lot.
I can tell. I could tell as soon as you walk through the door, and I meant to say that, you look amazing.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I could tell. It's showing. Not that you look bad before, but you look really healthy and fit.
I've been, meal prepping a lot more, but I have this product called Tennessee Clay. All I can say is it doesn't have any caffeine in it. I take it as a pre-workout, and every person that I've given it to in the R&D phase has been like, yo, what is in this? And I'm like, haha, it works. Everything's over the counter, nothing no steroids or anything like that. So it's all natural.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of things in it that really, get your body going.
I'm going to have to check that out because one thing I absolutely do not do anymore is caffeine. I get so overstimulated with it now, I can't handle it. Even like a cup of coffee gets me like, upsets my stomach. I get jittery. I never had that when I was younger, but now I'm a little older. I'm about to check out the product. Where can people purchase it?
Right now, it's still in the making of it phase.
Okay.
And so you can only get it through me. Like,
I got you.
I'm taking everything through me. The one thing that I am working on right now is the flavor because it does taste like dirt. I'm a Tennessee Clay, but
right.
I'm working on that. Just, getting all the ingredients down because I don't want it to be, sugary.
And that could be difficult having a somewhat sweet flavor without using, like you said, all the sugars. Maybe like monk fruit. A lot of people use that. It's a natural sweetener because it doesn't spike your glucose levels.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe monk fruit. I know people use stevia, which comes from a plant as well. So maybe look into those avenues because I know that those two specific don't spike your blood glucose levels.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I want it to be as naturally as possible so you're getting the most out of your workout and not having to burn extra calories because of the supplement you take.
Absolutely. So what got you into the journey of, more health and fitness?
Longevity. There's just, you do your research, certain places in the world, they talk about how they're, how long they live. Can't think the word right now.
Yeah.
But
their life expectancy.
That's it. Their life expectancy is different, and you do your research of why their life expectancy is this or that. And I've been an athlete my entire life, so I was like, for me to continue on, I'm probably going to have to stay as active as I did as I was younger.
100%, because I feel like the United States is probably one of the most unhealthiest countries. Yes. The food and the crap that they're allowing people, the red 40s and all this other stuff that's causing cancer, and it's scary. And especially as we age, because our bodies become more prone to it because, our immune system's not as great or whatever. That's why you got to start young like you.
Yeah, no, and, in my spiritual journey, that's something that I tapped into really recently is like I want things to be more natural, like the earth gives us everything we need.
Yes.
So why would I take something that, that I can't pronounce? And I try to tell somebody, I was like, yeah, they're putting potions and witch spells in our food. And they're like, what? It's like, pronounce that word right there.
Exactly. It's like 20 letters long. Yeah. It's like this. I was like, what the heck is that?
That's the toe of a giant. That's the hair of a werewolf right there. And they're putting it all in your food, and that's what's happening to you.
Yes, and man, sometimes I be in the store for a long time because I now literally read the labels on everything because a lot of those stuff are cancer causing. And I'm at an age in my life now where, breast cancer and all that stuff is scary because I'm going through the change of life. And it's like we have to be mindful. All those things can contribute to it. Men with colon cancer is at an all-time high.
Right.
Younger and younger. So fellas, especially black men, go get it checked. Don't wait till I think they say wait till 50. No, get it done at 35.
Yeah, no, it's a little weird, but at the end of the day, your health is more important than feeling weird at the time.
Absolutely. Because I did have a little bit of a scare back in 2023. I started developing some digestive issues. That's when I cut out the caffeine. And I had to end up getting an upper endoscopy where they go down into your stomach. And I got my colonoscopy. And I found out that I had a polyp. Fortunately, it was benign. But they say if you leave it there, it can mutate.
Right.
So I'm like, what if I hadn't went and got checked? You get what I'm saying? So it's like,
exactly. Regular doctor visits and not waiting until something actually arises, making sure you're always up to date.
Absolutely. So this is part of your merch line?
Yeah, this is an old shirt. I needed a shirt to wear today, so I
like it.
On. I've got season 2 coming out. The first season was more, Marvel and superheroes. Season 2 is more video games. Just everything I'm doing is just a part of my life that I'm just kind of throwing together.
So you do a lot of different things. Out of everything, what challenges you the most?
I think staying positive because I have so many ideas that come to me that I get kind of down on myself. I'm a little hard on myself sometimes. Like, why isn't this one working? And it's like, dude, just chill out, keep feeding it, and eventually it'll grow. Give
yourself some grace.
Yeah.
100%. So do you think artists should diversify immediately, or do you think they should master one lane first and then diversify out?
It really just depends on what their brand is, honestly. We talked about it before. I don't ever want to be known for an artist that sells drugs. I think that's kind of lame. That's hurting your people more so than building them up.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things, whatever your brand is, just look at it and try to, branch out where you can. Like, I'm a young fly dude, so I'm clothes, I'm fit. I got my fitness or my workout supplement.
He's got the good hair.
Yeah, you know, I do have nice hair, so maybe I'll get a hairline product.
Man, that's a good idea. Hair, beard, all that. Because some of y'all be looking nappy as hell. Y'all need them products.
No, I got a good barber, so you know they take care of me. My people take care of me.
So you mentioned being able to discern who's in the industry for the right reasons, or what reasons.
Right.
What do you see that a lot of other people miss?
Just trying to be genuine and understand what they're getting into. Like hip hop as a culture, you know, it goes back and it started for a specific reason. And so if you're really just in the industry just to get money, that was actually the kind of the opposite. They were trying to break free of all that.
Yeah.
So it's you know, a little bit of give and take. Yeah, you want to get paid for your craft, but at the end of the day, you also want to make sure that you're paying homage to actually what it is that you're doing.
100%. I feel like whatever city you come from, learn the history of it musically. Even if there wasn't anybody who blew up, there was still somebody who came before you.
Right.
You know, like when I moved to Atlanta, I had been studying it for years, but I really studied it because I'm like, when I moved there, I want to make sure I pay homage to all the right people.
Right.
Who allowed and opened the doors for people like myself to be able to come here and do what I do.
Right, and there was last year a buddy of mine died, and so I didn't do any shows last year.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It happens. People live and go. But there was a old group that when they were in high school, when I was in high school. So, but I think they kind of broke up. But there was one song that they had. They ain't got to get fresh for them because they're just in their gym shorts and flip flops. And so all year when you saw me, I was in gym shorts and flip flops. So I kind of took a step back, paid homage to them in the same process, and you know, just found myself a little bit more.
Absolutely. Shoot, that's the most comfortable. I can't wait to get home, put my flip-flops and shorts on. Sure, comfortable. Absolutely. So I know one thing that you've highlighted that you want to talk about is how love has evolved.
Man, oh man.
What do you think we've gotten wrong about love today? What do you think?
There's too much propaganda on the internet. Honestly, I think a lot of people do too much doom scrolling, and what they're doing is they're just basically indoctrinating themselves to what they want.
Yeah.
And we've kind of gotten away from what love is, even from all generations. If you know, people who are married, they're kind of, you know, already out of it. But people in the single game right now, you know, you have people who are just players on both sides where they, you know, oh, I'm allowed to be able to talk to multiple people. Well, you're now spreading yourself out, all the spiritual things that go with that as well. And it's a lot. And instead of people being actually real and in tune with how they feel with a partner, they're more so in tune to how each person makes them feel. And that's taking away from self. 100%.
I feel like from my own personal experience, because I've been single for about 2 years now, is I've really learned to love myself.
Yes.
I really learned to love being by myself. Mm-hmm. Not saying I don't want to ever invite a partner back into my life, but in the past, I feel like I always wanted a partner around. Yeah. Now I'm at a season of my life where I'm like, I'm okay being single. I'm okay being by myself. I'm okay rolling over, going to bed by myself. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I asked my mom, I was like, Mom, I don't know if I'll ever find love. She said, Josh, you got to love yourself first. And I thought about it and I was like, I love myself so much that it's going to be hard to find somebody who loves me as much as I love me.
I agree. Listen, that's exactly how I feel because I'm sure you understand this.
Yes.
I've become so content with being by myself, going places by myself, that I'm like, it's going to be hard for me to let someone creep in there. I ain't going front.
Yeah, no.
It's going to be difficult.
And that's the thing. You don't want to settle. So
right.
They're not going to meet your needs and also meet theirs. But if they're not going to meet your needs, why are they around?
100%. And it's like, I feel like a lot of people put people there for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Either they're just desperate to have someone in their life, or the women be looking for a man to take care of them.
Right.
Men just want to hit it and quit it. You know, there's a lot, not all of them, but there's a lot of them that are like that.
But everything you said also goes both ways. I think people are just trying to fill a void instead of filling it within themselves first.
Man, and it will never work out. Because I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
I've been there, done that. And, you know, no shade to my last relationship because we're still cool with each other. But I feel like for me, I was trying to fill that void, and perhaps he was as well.
Right.
That's why things didn't end up lasting for a lifetime.
Right. And, you know, I'll admit I did a pretty toxic thing on Valentine's Day. I hit up like 5 or 6 people. and they all hit me back. So it was like, I knew it wasn't me.
That is hilarious.
And I just told them Happy Valentine's Day, nothing serious.
Right.
I just wanted to show them love and make sure that, everything's cool between us, and, just because it didn't work out.
Well, he brought me some flowers today, y'all.
Yeah, I had to give her homage. Give her a flower.
Yeah, give me my flowers. These are beautiful too. You made these.
Yes. So I got into welding recently, and that's just another form of art that I have.
Yeah.
I make functional art, so that's a big paperweight, really. But I make belt buckles.
Okay.
I'll show you some pictures when we get off, but they're like little 2x2 little structures that you can wear as a belt.
That is hard.
Yeah. So.
Do you think you'll eventually turn that into another hustle, another business?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Once I start wearing them out more, I'm going to sell them, and they're not cheap. Those are not cheap at all. So they're for me.
Absolutely, because they're custom made.
Yeah.
So do you feel like men struggle to understand love or express it?
I think so, because of the idea of what masculinity is. I mean, everybody has emotions. So for a man to say I have to turn off my emotions to be a man, that's kind of weird.
Right. You got to be emotionally intelligent.
Right. And it's just understanding. Like, you don't have to go back and forth and bicker. But, for me personally, I know if I'm invested in someone, I might stretch myself a little bit further just to get that connection back.
Yeah.
But as soon as I get off tilt of who I am, you can go over there. That's that.
I feel like a lot of that comes from, like you said, self-love. When you know who you are,
right.
When you truly know who you are and you know your worth, you are not going to settle.
Right. And I have a big frequency, so I can handle a lot. I'm very patient. And so, I don't think that I'm feminine or anything like that, or sassy, as people will say now, but I can understand a woman a lot more than most men can. So we can dive deep into certain things, and I'm not going to judge you.
Right.
But you have to be able to open up to me.
100%.
Just, keep digging at nothing.
I want to quote something you said. We turn away from what love actually is only to search endlessly for the idea of it. Break that down.
Just, kind of what I was playing on is just, you see things on social media and be like, oh, I want this, oh, I want that.
Yeah.
But you're not doing it for yourself. So, people will be there, people will invest in you, and you'll turn away from them to go to somebody who doesn't really care about you.
Yeah.
Just because you want a certain thing from them or how they make you feel in this situation, instead of actually, seeing the bigger picture of, like, this person has been here.
I had seen a post. I want to say I seen it this morning. It was one of the first things that popped up, or maybe it was last night. I don't know. It was very recent. And the guy was on a podcast, and he was saying that single women find married men desirable. And I'm like, I don't, though.
Well, and it's kind of like
it's a turnoff if a married man tries to hit on me. I'm like, bro, go home to your wife. I'm not trying to be the side because I know my value.
Right, and I think it's the unattachment too, because they want to experience something without having to fully invest.
It's like a test drive when you take a car. When you go to the car lot, you take it for a test drive.
Yeah, with no intention to buy it.
Right, they're window shopping.
Exactly.
But I guess everybody has a different mentality. What about from a man's perspective? Is it desirable to be with a married woman?
I have, but those
home record. No, just kidding.
Those days are behind me. But no, it kind of hit my soul a little bit. For the point to, like, I think that I believe in the sanctity of marriage. I told some of my friends this weekend, I was like, I could be a savage. I just choose not to, because, I mean, how would you feel if your woman or you were going behind somebody's back? Like, how would that actually make you feel? And I don't want to make somebody else feel like that. Right,
because it's like you have to do unto others as you want, done to you. And
exactly.
That has always stuck with me. I can honestly say I've only had 2 very long relationships in my life. One was 12 years, one was 7 years. And I'm not counting my son's father because he's a deadbeat. But I've never cheated on my partner because I'm like, I'm not going to do something to them that I wouldn't want done to me.
Right. And, people say, well, if you're just unhappy, leave. And I think it does go a little bit deeper than that.
Yeah.
Because they want that assurance of having somebody always there.
Right.
And they're afraid to be alone to do the work, to do what they need to do.
And that's the opposite season that people like you and I are in. We're cool with being by ourselves. And it's going to be a little difficult to let people in.
Right. And that's, let certain people in just for them to show me that they are, the parasite. They just want to pull some type of energy out of you instead of, building, not even giving you, just building onto that energy. Absolutely,
because I feel like any situation that I get involved in and I'm getting the same energy from you is I want to be an asset and not a liability.
100%. Like if we're not growing, we're tearing down. There's
right.
I don't believe in stagnation. I think everything is always going forward.
100%. And we gonna have our highs and our lows, and that's why you need a ride or die that's gonna ride with you if you are having a low moment. If you lose your job, okay, that means I got to step up and take everything on. How do you feel about 50-50, or do you feel like a man should be a full provider?
So I saw a post earlier, and I wanted to go ahead and say this. There was the thing that said, should a man be in a polyamorous relationship if he's not a provider? And if he's not financially providing what the household needs, or has an idea of being able to manage the finances, like, for instance, if my woman is better with money, I'm going to give her all my money.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I'm not going to give her anything.
Right.
Like, I'm here, you got it, you handle that. But you have to be able to provide a certain lifestyle for your partner. And if you're not being able to do that as a man, then you need to chill out.
Do you feel like that should come before marriage? Like if you guys are living together, boyfriend, girlfriend, with the idea that you will get married at some point in time. Do you think all that should start during the dating phase, or should it start once you get married? I'm gonna pick your brain today.
I think honestly, as far as dating goes, I think men should have an idea and be on par. I won't say necessarily have it all, but they should be on par. Like for instance, for me, I don't want to get married until I own a house.
Right.
I'm renting right now, so it's like I don't want to do all that. So I want to be able to. If I'm bringing you into my kingdom, I want my kingdom to be established.
Understood.
Somewhat.
No, I respect that, because having spoke with a lot of other men about these topics during the podcast, a lot of them say the same thing, and I respect that. They want to make sure that when they make that commitment, that lifelong commitment, and I feel like it should go both ways. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't come to you and expect you to have all this, and I've got a 500 credit score, and I've got collections and debt, and bro, let me get my ish together too as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's important.
It's being equally yoked, right? So
right.
You want to be with somebody who, maybe the bank account numbers don't match up, but the ideas do. The work ethic does. And
you can hold each other down in a scenario or whatever it may be, because I've had to do that in the past. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So most definitely. So you opened up for artists like Bubba Sparks, Ritz, and others. What do you learn getting on these stages? Like, what are some takeaways from being on these stages with these other big artists?
If you have the audience, you got to command the audience. Be an MC, because just because they're a bigger artist than you, They've provided, an audience and a gateway for you to get more fans. So if you're out there, definitely just go 100% and go balls out.
Do you approach each one differently based upon who you're opening up for?
Not really.
Okay.
I have my set list, so I do. Well, I'll take that back. So I make my set list according to what I think the style of music that artist might have.
Right.
But it's all the same practice, the same routine, rehearsal, everything.
Got you.
So when I get on stage, I'm ready to go.
So we're still fairly new into 2026. What is a couple of goals you set for yourself this year that we can hold you accountable for?
Tennessee Clay being on the market.
Yeah.
Everybody's asking for it.
I can't wait. I would definitely will shop with you.
Yeah, so people getting that on the market. And really, I want to have my first sold out show. I have a venue that I'm really cool with the owners. And I don't need a lot of people to be there to make it sold out. So if I have one sold out promoted show, I'm good to go.
Okay. And that's local to you?
Yes, local, the Yacht Club. Shouts out to the Yacht Club.
Most definitely. So outside of music, you're working on, what is it called again? The
product.
The product.
Tennessee Clay.
Tennessee Clay. You're working on Tennessee Clay. Are you still actively selling merch as well?
Yeah, I got it in my trunk right now. Actually, that's where I got this.
Selling out the trunk.
You already know, J. Cole. He did the dollar tour where he's selling his mixtapes.
Yeah.
And so I had a local artist like, oh man, he's messing up the inflation. It's like at the end, I would do that. Because it's still getting your word out there, getting your message out there. And the more your message grows, the more your stardom grows.
Right. No, you are absolutely right. And I feel like that's where it all started from. It's people selling their mixtapes out the trunk, selling their merch out the trunk and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with getting back to the roots of where it all started, because I don't know any artists personally that are living only off of their streams.
Right, and that's kind of goes back into paying the homage to the history of the whole game.
Right.
You have to know where you come from to know where you're going.
And these streaming platforms have majorly cracked down. I just seen an article a couple of days ago that Apple Music, I think it was like $17 million in fake streams that they paid out.
Exactly.
Because people were buying these bots and stuff.
And that's the thing. You can, I posted on somebody's Facebook, made a comment to them. It was like, you can just spend money and control any narrative that you want.
Yeah.
And I don't want to just throw money at something just to make it fake. I want to invest in something and watch it grow.
Absolutely. It's like, who cares if you're only getting 100 streams on this one right now? That just lets you know you got to go back to the drawing board and work a little bit harder.
Get more people to listen to you.
Right, exactly. Because trust me, now they're pulling people's entire accounts down. People are, oh man, my Spotify. Then they try to blame Spotify. It's like, bro, you know damn well you pay for them fake streams. Stop the cap.
Yeah, no, and that's for me personally. Like, I look on my Spotify, and the monthly listener count is like low, and I'm like, well, I don't upload the DistroKid, so it's not going to go on Spotify. So I'm not worried about that. But if anybody asks for my music, I tell them exactly where to go. Go to my YouTube page, and I'm looking at my YouTube subscribers go, shoot.
Exactly. And I feel like that's it with every artist. You have that one designated platform that most of your people go to. And it's like, I look at a lot of these artists, independent artists, their listeners, and it'd be very low. And I'm like, I don't judge them based upon that because there's so many other ways that people can consume music.
Exactly. Like, the hard copies.
Right.
Now we've got AirDrop where I can just meet you on the street and be like, hey, check this song
Exactly.
out. And there's no algorithm to let people know how many people are actually listening to your music.
Exactly, because there's so many different places. It's like people ask me, how many streams do you get on the radio station? And I'll say, well, I can show you the analytics from the website where I have people tune in, but the Hype 87.3 is on so many different platforms. They don't provide me with those analytics.
Right.
Tune in don't tell me.
No.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different platforms that I'm on, so I'm like, but then I'll go to their Spotify and they got 2 monthly listeners. I'm like, but you worried about what I got going on over here?
No,
Step your game up.
Exactly. You go out, you do your work.
Exactly.
Don't worry about anything else.
100%. So what is very next for you? Like, what can we expect? What's the next thing on your radar musically?
So I did a lot of free features for the homies in 2024 or 2025, excuse me, and 2024. And I feel like they've just been hoarding my voice. And so I made it very known that you're on the clock. And I have a certain day this year that if certain songs aren't released, I'm going to release them under myself because I put in work. And if they have a problem with that, they can come see me.
Listen, I don't blame you because you put a lot of effort into your music. You don't want it to go to waste.
Right.
That it's just sitting there collecting dust in their hard drive.
Right, exactly. So if they have a problem with that, they can come see me. I'll do what I need to do to make sure they have their proper credits. But no, the people need to hear my voice.
I'm not a music artist, but I never understood why artists, some of them will literally hold on to some music for years. It's like, throw it out there. Because eventually one of them songs going to stick.
Exactly.
That's going to be the one to take you up and through there.
And I like to, make my music, figure out a plan of marketing it, pushing it out there, and then boom, just putting it out.
Absolutely.
Next song, next project.
So is the most recent one Bad Man? Is that the most recent song that you put out?
That's the most recent song. It's actually not released, but it will be coming out this month. So you're getting
we got an exclusive. Okay, we got an exclusive. And then for March, you'll have another song because you said you're doing monthly now.
Yeah, I'll have another song in March. That's going to be Frenemies with a buddy of mine named Buddha. It's just, talking about, all the friends that you have in the enemies or in the industry that, really are your enemies.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Tell me about it. That could be a whole show. We could do a whole show on that, but we ain't going to go there because we ain't going to get them people our good energy.
Exactly.
So we're going to check out the record. Anybody that wants to follow your journey, where can they keep up with you?
You can follow me on Snapchat, Giant JG. That's where my most exclusive things I post are. Facebook page, Legend JG. I don't post a lot on my Instagram, mostly stories, but that's Legend_JG. And then obviously, Apple Music, Spotify, Legend JG.
All the streaming platforms. Who do you want to give thanks to that's been loving you and supporting you through your journey?
God.
God always first.
Because he, without him, I would have done some really weird and bad things. But just my family always staying there with me, keeping me grounded. You for always being, real and genuine to who you are. And, also, I'm going to give a special shout out to Maya and the Sound Layer. I said I wouldn't give him any more plugs because I kind of wanted to hoard that and gatekeep that. But I found out recently he won a Grammy.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Well, it was an older Grammy, but I was watching the Grammys and somebody told me about it. And I was like, no wonder my music sounds so much better. I got a Grammy-winning engineer.
Right. That is amazing. Yeah, like you said, sometimes it's like you don't want to not tell people about him because he's so amazing, but you're like, I want to keep him to myself. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I feel like that too, like with some people I work with, like my videographer. I'm like, he's so dope. I don't want other people to use him, but I'm like, I can't hold them all to myself,
Right. You want people to grow. So.
You want people to grow. Absolutely. So let's get into the record if you can introduce it for us.
All right. This is Bad Man by me. It's going to be out here soon.
Y'all stay tuned for it.
You're locked in with Atlanta's hottest hip hop station. The Hype 87.3.
Holla!
It's good to be back home. Keep your secrets safe. Store your treasures in heaven. Hold on. Wait, big man turn bad man.